Okay, let's start by reviewing the home page. So you'll go into any browser. I'm using a Google Chrome browser, and that's what I use the most. You can see all my tabs around, uh, and I just feel more comfortable with that one, but there's plenty of other browsers you could use. So you'll just type in OSHA.gov, and this is the home page that you'll see. My date is November 9th, 2016. So this is the heading. So I'm going to take you guys from the top to bottom on this. If you wanted to get to the Department of Labor site, you would click on the very top page, and they'll take you to their blog and everything with the U.S. Department of Labor. So we'll go back to OSHA.gov. They have a Facebook page. There's a Twitter. They have Instagram. This is a RSS feed and an email subscribe for quick takes, which we'll go over later. So going down, these 5 items right here, you could click through them, and these are the hot topics in OSHA's mind right now. So one is improving of your record keeping, and we have a record keeping class that you could take, and one of the modules is this particular topic as well. Then you have a few other things on here. So this is always going to be there just to kind of give you an idea of what's currently on OSHA's mind. If you hit the top button about OSHA, this is going to give you a nice overview of OSHA's mission, the organization, who is covered under OSHA, and there's several of these hyperlinks that are really good to know. You have an organizational chart, but one of the big ones that I always look at are regional offices and state plans, just so you can get a good idea of what your state is. You have a list of other resources down here of the OSHA Act. There's even the Department of Labor strategic plans, and that's given from 2014 to 2018. So it's giving you ahead of time what we actually are looking for in the Department of Labor, not just OSHA, but in the Department of Labor. So this is a nice little overview, and you could do a hyperlink to a PDF version of the final strategic plan. So I'm going to go back and take you up. There is quick takes here. I just mentioned it one time before, but I'll show you that quick takes is OSHA's newsletter. They do a bi-monthly newsletter, and in this bi-monthly newsletter, you will get to know exactly what's going on in the minds of OSHA. It's a wonderful tool, and there's a few other things. So very top, I'm also going to show you the A to Z index. So if you ever wanted to navigate through this, you could actually go to an A to Z item if you had something in your mind and you know exactly. Let's say you wanted to do fall protection. So I'm going to click right on F, and it's in alphabetical order. I got fall protection campaign right there for construction. Another one for fall protection. Here's residential construction. So hit that, go right back to the top, and that's your A to Z index. If you needed to contact OSHA, that's also right there on the top. It gives you the OSHA number, 1-800-321-OSHA or 6742. So that's where you could call to report any issues that are unsafe at the workplace. Will give you a place to call if you've seen any violations, or if you want to file a complaint. That's the number you would use to call, as well as reporting emergencies. So it's always manned, and then the person that is closest to you, the area office that's closer to you, will do the response. You could email OSHA, or you could write to OSHA, and this is just more contact information that we just went over. If you want to get to the OSHA homepage, it's not the top one. That's a banner to the Department of Labor. You want to go to the second one. And now this is the homepage to OSHA. There's a frequently asked questions, and you've got a whole bunch of different topics that OSHA has answered these things over and over again. So if one of your topics are there, OSHA may actually have answered it before. So excuse the barking. I've got a home office, and that's uh, my little Yorkie poo barks at anything. All right, here is the last 30 days of OSHA. So that's what's new. It tells you 30 days. You could go back to 2016, 2015, 2014, and so on. So there's historical records. And all those days, anything that comes up, they post here a nice hyperlink to get you exactly where you need to be for any of the topics that OSHA has gone over within that last few days. So it really gives you a good idea of what's on the mind of OSHA. And some topics are broken down by regions, some are by items, so, or even a release from the news center. So that's how you could see that. So I'm going back to the home page. Going to scroll down a little, and you'll see in focus. So these are the things. First, on the left column, there's a video here OSHA has about knowing your rights. And in the middle is a little section with fatalities, and they'll tell you the fatalities for the year. Then they have a little scrolling, and they'll put a name, if they can, to the situation, so that you could get the personal effect of what that fatality has done to somebody. And if you actually wanted to stop, you just hit the pause button there, and then the next one will be paused. And if you actually wanted to see more of this report, you click this hyperlink here, and then this hyperlink will take you down to the scroll section, and then you do have the option of getting the reports in different weeks, or you could get it year to date, and you could also download this in an Excel spreadsheet if this is something you need to, for your records, or if you need to make a point across to a certain sector of your company that you really want to show them that, hey, this is dangerous work that we're doing. And that's where you would find that. On this right corner over here is basically, it's a quick link setup for things that are on the site. We'll go through them by tab, but it's a quick link setup so you could actually see something really fast. You could reach it really easy. Quick takes in the middle section here. I'm going to click on this so you can see what it looks like. It is that sign up for the OSHA newsletter, and it's going to be, you hit subscribe, you do your name and your email address, and it'll come to you every other week. Here is an example of what you would see. So November 1st, 2016 is my most recent. So the quick takes will come into your inbox. It'll look like this. So top story is talking about encourage the assistant secretary encouraged by drop in workplace injury. So this is after their fiscal year. They got to see what the 2015 data looks like compared to the 2014 data, and there was some drops in the workplace injury data. So that's where it's referred right there. Then there's a whole big section on enforcement, and OSHA will name names, and they'll tell you how much money this will cost each worker or each employer for having a violation. And with the new violation rates going up, there's a lot of money over here. So you'll see a lot of money representing that these are people that have been cited by OSHA for some sort of violation in the standard. So there's a few. Then when you go down more, there's a state plan enforcement cases. So any state plan that has a high dollar figure of enforcement, you could actually see that listed right here on the website, and it's 40,000 is the high dollar figure. So anything's above 40,000, you'll see here broken down by the state, and I'll show you that a little bit later. So here again, you've got a few other things on quick takes, whistleblower protection violation, advisory committee. notification. Hazardous communication section right now is a big thing. Alliance and partnerships came up this 2 week period. A cooperative program, and then they also have a little section with outreach and education. Some of these headings may change, but you'll always see the digital media. You'll also see the job openings every week. Scroll up real quick here, but you'll always see the enforcement, and then you'll always see the top story. So that is quick takes, and take you back to OSHA.gov homepage. This is that high penalty map that I just talked to you about. So if you were to click on that high penalty map, it'll take you by state. I'm in the state of Florida, so if I were to click on Florida, it's going to highlight for me all the different companies in Florida that had a citation recently. So with these, it tells you the date of the citation and then what the penalties are. So you could do that with any of the states. And if you're a consultant like me, maybe these are people that you might have to reach out to. Or if you are one of these companies, you know that your data is out there for everyone to see in the public. And that's part of the new record keeping rule as well. So if you haven't done the record keeping course, I would highly advise you to take that record keeping course that we have and learn about what's coming up with the new rules, because certain companies, certain size businesses will be required to give OSHA their data and injury and illness data. So therefore, now OSHA could come and cite them because it's a self-referral. So that's very important. News is in that middle section, so it'll tell you things that you probably would have seen in the quick takes, but if you didn't see it in the quick takes, it's right there on the home page. OSHA has an active Twitter feed, so you will see the Twitter tweets as they go. Underneath that is the blog. OSHA does have a blog that keeps going, so you'll see that. In the middle, the Assistant Secretary of the Department of Labor, he is the head of OSHA. So Dr. Michaels has a little section here for himself. You'll see speeches, testimonies, and the speeches are really a good way for you to find out what is on the mind and the agenda of OSHA. So I'll show you another one for the agenda, but just Dr. Michaels' speeches themselves, really good. You could get the party just language and see exactly what is on Dr. Michaels' minds. So I'll go back to the home page. I'm going to scroll down a little bit more. Right now, there is a hazard identification training tool available. This one's a software, so you would have to download the software, and then you just recognize the hazards, and it's a little bit of a way for you to interact with a way for OSHA to just get you on your toes. They'll have some scenes, and you have to say, okay, this is a hazard, this is how you fix that hazard. Then the job opportunities on the bottom. And in the very bottom, this is called the footer. You have several other governmental links, and this is links for within the OSHA, and then this is links about the website. So you have several things right here on the home page that you would go to. I didn't include, but if you ever need to search something out, use this text box, type in whatever you need to search, and that's a good way to go navigate through the site. If not, A to Z index. Okay, thank you.